We have arms and abs today. How are we doing? Are we ready and raring to go? We're going to get warmed up. Hands onto your rib cage, standing up nice and tall, length up through the spine, through the crown of the head. We're going to pull the shoulder blades back towards each other. So I'm bringing the elbows towards each other, keeping the hands where they are, and then roll it forwards or bring the elbows forwards. Squeeze back, elbows forwards. Squeeze back and elbows forward. So we're just waking up, upper back into the scapula, forwards and back. Two more and one more, and then release. Roll the shoulders all the way up to the ears and then down towards the floor, and then take it back the other way. It's all about the arms today, so getting warmed up good and proper. Take the head side to side, and always, because when we're doing upper body, there can be that tendency to hold tension in through the neck, so you want to get that moving as well. Looking side to side, and then go down half circle. Good. Interlock the fingers. We're just going to warm into the wrists, so rotating round. Try and get the movement to be as big as we can, so we're really getting those wrists to open up. There's not as much, normally when we do upper body, we can be a tendency to be a lot on the wrists, but it's mostly using the dumbbells today, so we're kind of supersetting. Sorry, arms out, hands out, in and out, so squeeze the fists, and then stretch the fingers out as long as you can. Squeeze and stretch, squeeze and stretch. Open out and across, so stretch out across the chest. Taking the arms back behind the center line of the body. Let's do two more on each side. One more. And I'm just coming to the back of the mat. I'm going to reach the arms up. Chin towards the chest, roll down through the spine, waking the spine up, all the way down, walk it out. From here, we sit back into child's pose, just take a little sway side to side, open out through the shoulders and into those arms. And we're going to take a little scoop forward and sit up. So nose comes down close to the mat, sit up, push back, scoop. Keeping the abdominals engaged at this point so that they're protecting the spine. One more. Sit back. From here, onto the hands and knees. Hands come behind the head. Bring the elbow in. Open out. One more. Change sides. Elbow comes down towards the elbow and then really open out as wide as we can. So we're just getting some movement in through the spine. One more. Good. Bring yourself all the way down to the floor. We finished the warm-up section with scorpion stretch because it's my favorite. Roll over across the shoulder and then change sides. So the palm stays facing down on the floor. I just love this one so much. Just a great shoulder and chest mobility work. One more on each side. Nice, and release. Okay, so we are going to be using the same body parts throughout. So I've actually got a 15 pounds and a 10 pounds, so like a 7 and a 5 kilogram-ish. So I'm going to start with my heavier ones, and then by the second block, so we're doing the first block 3 times through, so I'm going to try and do that all with the heavier one. When we get to the second block, there'll be the option if you can or need to go down. So just 3 exercises. We're going to do an Arnold press. So this is the one where we bring the arms out in front, we raise up in the front, take it out to the side, raise to the side. After that, we're doing a hammer curl. So we're going to come up halfway. Here we rotate and then go all the way. Up, hold it halfway. We rotate the weights around and then go all the way down. A bit of a burn. And then we have a row kick back. So bringing the elbows up, kick back, in and down. Okay, so those are 3 exercises, 3 rounds for the first block. Start heavier. You can always put them down. What we want to make sure is at any point we're not leaning back. We're keeping the core engaged and the body upright. Are we ready? Let's do this then, starting off with the Arnold press. Bringing the weights up, get ready. Here we go, so lift up to the ceiling, then bring the elbows in front. So the key on this is to try and keep the elbows so that they don't really drop below the line of the shoulder. We're hitting the shoulder in those 2 different areas. Chest is lifted, abdominals are switched on. We're working towards super sexy, toned, defined arms and abs today. We've got some abs in as well. So work with the breathing. Making sure that you are using rest, weights that challenge you. That last few reps want to feel like it was tough. So we've got our hammer curl with a pause and rotation. So we come all the way up to the shoulders, down halfway. Now rotate up, rotate down, back to center, all the way down. Keeping your elbows tucked in by the side of the body. So when we're doing the rotation, I did notice my elbow kicked out a little bit then. We don't want that to happen. We want to keep them wedged in by the side. Pause them, drop them down, drop them up, all the way down. Oh, did it feel heavy yet? Usually get to that point where I'm like, oh heck, rest. Row kick back. I'm like, maybe you should have picked the lighter ones up, but no, we're gonna go in. So ground your feet, back is nice and straight. Here we go. So we lift the elbows up, breathe as you kick back, lower down. Draw the shoulder blades together, keep them pulled in as we kick back. So we've got that upper back working, and then we hit into the triceps on the kick back. 40 seconds means we get a nice amount of reps in, so really working the strength component. Take our time. Use the breath out as we kick back. Nearly there, rest. I'm going to just put them down for a microsecond. Round 2, same thing. Arnold press, here we go. Center. Check where those elbows are. Now at any time, if you find that you are kind of like leaning back or you feel it in your back, you can always come to this split stance if you need. Sometimes that feels a little bit more supportive. Some people prefer to stand that way as these get a lot heavier. I think I'm gonna have to stand this way. Come on, keep that chest lifted. Keep those abs engaged, we can do this. I'm looking at the time. Can I do this? Can I do this? Of course I can. Rest. Well done. Biceps. Roll those shoulders out. Gun show at the ready. Are we ready? Here we go. All the way up. Halfway. Down. Up. All the way down. Good. Now, if you got to the point where you weren't able to hold them both, you can come and do one and then the other. Less than 10 seconds to go. Come on. Keep that rotation smooth. Rest, they were tough. They were tough. Rope kick back. Ground your feet, feet hip width apart, tip forward, let's go. Shoulder blades pull together. We kick back and keep those elbows nice and high. Control as we bring the hands back towards the start position. We don't want any swinging going on. It's got to have that control. Really feeling it. Get deep into the muscle. Connect with where your body is feeling it. Have that vision of that muscle getting tighter, more toned with every single rep. Keep that belly tight. Rest. Got one to go. I really want to pick up the lighter weights, but I'm not going to do it. I'm going to stick with it. Are we ready? Arnold press. Let's go, let's go. Remember, split stance if you need. We're strong. We can do these tough workouts. I can't finish my sentence. Come on. 10 seconds. Really struggling. Stay with it, stay with it. Come on, lean into it. Rest. Oh my goodness. Rotation. Elbows in. Here we go. Top. Pause it. Twist. Twist. Lower. Down. Squeeze those elbows in. So on that pause, when we rotate the hands up, you really feel those biceps. Burn, baby! Of course, always when we're doing this strength work, you want to go at a pace that's good for you, because I've slowed right down. If it's not feeling quite as heavy, rest is mine way. You can always move that a little bit quicker. With control, of course. Row kick back, bend it over, straight spine, we're into it. Remember, we're not swinging. We lift those elbows up, then kick back, and come back with control. Back, triceps. Sexy strong arms, that's what we're here for today. Big rest coming up after this one. Come on. One more good one. Relax. Right, yourself a drink. Block number 2. So, block number 2, we're adding slight variation on the movements. So I'm going to use one of my heavier ones. We're doing a front raise with a rotation. I might not want the heavier one, actually, I might want to go lighter. So we're getting shoulders, and then we've got a little bit of core in. We're then going cross body curl. So here, we bring the arm across the body. Okay, I have gone lighter for those, I don't think I'll be able to do those ones. And then finally, I'm using one heavy one. We're going overhead triceps. So elbows together, lift up. Are we ready? Just deciding I'm still. The front raise is a bit deceptive. You're using 2 hands, but it still feels hard. We can start heavier. We can always knock it down, can't we? There's always that lighter option there. Lift through the chest, ground the feet, ready, set, here we go. So we lift, tummy in. So we're bringing in some more core work as we rotate round to the side. Have your weight, if you can, across. So It just gives you that bit more. And we try not to bend the arms too much. We want to keep them out. The longer the arms are, the more those shoulders are going to burn. So let the shoulders rotate, but try and keep the hips pointing forward. Draw your belly button into spine because they're having to work hard. Those abdominals. I just need to do one more to the other side, but that was a rest. I'm going light on these. Cross body curl. Elbows tucked in. Shoulders back, go round and up. So still biceps. We're just hitting the muscle in slightly different areas. Gun show, girls, gun show. Have a look down at your biceps as you're curling them, like they do in the gym. Like, in fact, I know that like muscle men do that and look at the muscles, but I'm sure I read that there was a study that proved that actually looking at the muscles contraction can actually help stimulate muscle growth. So breathe out as we come up. Squeeze. Nice, well done. Overhead tricep extension. Split stance on this one. Arms up nice and high. Here we go. Drop down the back. All the way back up. So the elbows want to stay towards the ears. So you're keeping that isolation of movement in the triceps. Inhale down. Exhale, lift up. Oh, 40 seconds of these. They start off feeling not too bad. Then they start to get you. Come on, it's only a small muscle, but it's that one that just helps to get that shape onto the arm. And release. Woo. Front raise, rotation. Round 2. Ready, set. Posture check. Go. Up. We want to have that breath out on the rotation. So remember, it's the shoulders that are moving and then the hips remain fairly still. Have a softness in the knees too, so the knees are just ever so slightly bent so that we're not like completely hyperextended with them. It's just keeping that safe for the knees, and we'll feel that work a little bit more in through the core. How are the shoulders doing? Oh, is there a little bit of fire in them yet? I hope so. Yes, well done. Elbows tucked in, go. Cross. Remember, it's that control on the way down. Eccentric. On the lowering phase, keep it controlled. Nice. Breathing through. 10 seconds to go. Keep moving. Keep it steady. Keep that workload at a pace. Wants to feel rest. We want to feel challenged on it. If it's too easy, if you're like, I could have kept going with those babies all day, it's good to assess. Go. You know what weights we're using. When was the last time you upped your weight? Inhale down. On this as well, we want to make sure that the hips are relaxing. We kind of keep that groundedness. Your abdominals are drawn in. We still, although we're isolating and working the triceps, all of our movement initiates through the core. Strong stability in through the body helps us to keep going, even when it starts to burn a little. I know, and rest. Well done, good job. Got one more to get through. Go. Rotate. Arms nice and straight, chest is lifted. Breathe out as we go round. do this. We are nearly there. We've had that as a little bit of a metabolic conditioning section, but it's only quite small on the end. And release. Crossbody curl. Elbows in, stand tall. Let's go, let's go. Good, bring it up so it comes in line with the shoulder. Smooth control on the way down. No swinging, no momentum, just the strength of your guns. Don't let that elbow move, keep it anchored in by the side. One more on each side. Rest, well done. Nice work, guys, nice work. Last one of these and then we're going to move into the final block. Let's go. So remember, split the stance, ground the feet, lead with the chest, so slightly leaning into it. Elbows up by the ears. We don't want them to separate out to the side. We want to keep them right in and up. Drop that weight down. And then extend out to get those triceps. And rest. Okay, we're going quickly in. We've got about 4 minutes left. A 4-minute pyramid. So we're going to start with 1 rep of each exercise. We're doing burpee. You know I love these. Curl, press. So we'll start with 1, and then we're going to come down and do a V-sit. So out and in. Of course, you can scale if you need. Hands, you can even do feet down and go out and in. Or single leg or double leg. So those are the choices. And then if your arms have got anything left in them, there's going to be a push-up. 1 push-up. Oh! So they feel tough. So we're going to start with 1. We're going to aim to go up to, don't know, run out of time. Always try and keep these workouts 30 minutes, but you know, so they make them usable. Let's aim to go to 5. So, better get move on, haven't we? Ready, set, vertical press, go. So we're doing 1 rep. In, elbows in, push it up, drop it down to the floor. We come all the way down for 1 V-sit. Roll it over, 1 push up. Don't worry if you're not exactly with me. I am wanting to push, and we do want to push the pace. I'm going to start the burpee. I'll have to do it at the end. So 2 this time. There we go. 2 V-sits. 2 push-ups. We can get to 5. 3. Work in the legs. Arms are tired, fatigued, they've done a lot. Come on, keep the form best you can. Do then the grits down into 4s. Make sure the back remains straight when you're coming up and down from the burpee. Moving. 4 resets. Remember, scale as you need to. Ownership for your workouts. Take them strong. Feel strong, but push yourself. Come on. Final round now, 5s. Whew. You want to feel out of breath. That is your metabolic conditioning. Working the muscles, but we get the heart pumping. Oh, those last ones are tough. Reset. Nearly there. Done, done, done. We stretch it out. Let's take arms out above the head, sit back, stretch it out. I tend to feel quite tight in my upper back, so let's do a little bit of a drop down. Most of the time on stretching, we don't really want to bounce, but into the upper back, if it feels quite nice, we can have a little bit of a pulse down. Scoop it forward. My arms aren't working anymore. Lift it up, draw your belly button in, chest forwards, chin up. We're just going to stretch these arms out, super quick stretch to finish. Just get some length back into the muscles. And it's that cue to like, we're over now, we can relax. Palm facing down, roll it across the shoulder. Straight arm on this first one. Bring it back. Same arm. Now bend the elbow, so we're at 90 degrees. Rotate across. Release, same thing on the other side. I'm just going to move across so I don't hit all. Straight arm to start, head down. And then release. Slight bend in the elbow. Rotate across, feel a little bit deeper into the chest, into the shoulder. First one, you feel it a little bit more in the bicep. And then release. Bring yourself up to seated. Sit comfortable. If you're not comfortable seated like this, you can always stand up. Reach the hand up, bring it down the back, pull the elbow in towards the head. Hands onto the knees, roll back, stretch through the upper back. Let the shoulder blades separate out across the back. Bring it up, other side, hand down, and bring the elbow in towards the head. Roll the shoulders, relax down, head over to the side. Just release through the neck. And then to the other side. Release, shake it all out. Always, always give yourselves a clap. Well done for showing up. Well done for getting it done. And always let me know how you found this session. See you on the next one.